Have you ever stopped to think, really think about how fast digital health and AI are changing healthcare?
It's happening so quickly.
Yeah, like the apps on your phone, the smartwatches. It feels like it's everywhere now. These aren't just ideas anymore. They're actually reshaping your health journey, maybe without you even fully noticing.
Oh, definitely. It's more than just interesting tech. It's a fundamental shift.
Yeah.
How we think about staying healthy, preventing illness, even getting treated when we're sick.
Yeah.
The pace is just wow.
Exactly. And that shift, that's why we're here. Welcome, everyone, to this week's Deep Dive.
Part of the weekly digital health program.
Right, here on the White Coat Hackers Media channel. This is actually our 14th episode.
Already number 14.
Yeah, time flies. And our mission, like always, is pretty simple. Give you a clear, straightforward look at the biggest, most impactful new stuff in digital health and medtech.
We try to cut through the noise, Take all that complex information, the announcements, the partnerships, and turn it into something useful, insightful nuggets for you.
We dig through it all to find the important bits, the surprising facts, so you get a good handle on what's happening without getting overwhelmed.
It's about giving you that concise understanding of what's actually moving the needle, and why it should matter to you.
So today, we've got three big areas we really want to unpack. First, how AI is seriously boosting virtual patient care, making specialized help way more accessible.
Then we'll get into Google's new wearable sensor tech. That's fascinating stuff.
Totally. It promises insights that go beyond just the numbers. And finally, we'll look at how AI is smoothing out the back end of healthcare, the documentation, the operations, making things more efficient.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
All right, let's unpack this.
So first up, this really interesting partnership. It involves a company called Amigo and another called Eucalyptus.
Amigo. They build AI agents, right? But specialized ones.
Exactly. That's the key thing. Amigo creates these fully customized AI agents designed for very specific patient care needs. This isn't your general chatbot.
Okay, so specific needs. What does that actually cover? What can these AI agents do?
Well, the range is pretty impressive, actually. They can handle things like clinical triage, getting you to the right care pathway faster. They manage pre- and post-appointment stuff, coordination, virtual nursing support, even help with nutrition and weight loss.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and primary care decision support, biomarker assessment, personalized health coaching, chronic care management, diabetes, hypertension. It's quite broad, but deep in each area.
Like having a really focused AI assistant for your specific health issue.
You got it. And Eucalyptus, their partner here, they're a big telehealth platform, mainly in Australia, with a whole portfolio of specialized brands.
Right, I saw that. They have Kin for reproductive care,
Pilot for men's health.
Juniper for women's weight management, and that's where this Amigo AI is starting, isn't it? Within Juniper.
That's the plan, yeah. Initial deployment in Juniper. Then they also have software for skincare and Compound for men's preventive health.
So Eucalyptus already does the whole telehealth thing, consultations, treatments, ongoing care.
Exactly. They have this established model. And what's really fascinating, like you said, is how they're integrating Amigo's AI. It's not just adding a feature.
It sounds deeper than that.
It is. It's about weaving these AI agents right into their existing system to really enhance that specialized virtual care experience. Benny Kleist, the Eucalyptus co-founder, put it well. We are committed to pioneering the future of digital healthcare.
And this partnership seems like a big step in that direction, making specialized virtual care more scalable, more accessible.
That's the goal, because getting that kind of specialized care easily is still a huge challenge for a lot of people.
It looks like investors are buying into Eucalyptus's vision. They've raised some serious cash.
Oh, yeah. Big numbers. They pulled in $60 million. That's about $42 million back in 2022.
Series C? Led by Bonondi, right? The guys who backed Airbnb early on.
The very same. And Canva, too. Plus, they'd raised $30 million, like $22 million the year before in a Series B led by NewView Capital.
NewView backed 23andMe and Hims and Hers, so serious players involved.
Definitely signals strong market confidence. And they're using that money strategically.
For software development and moving into the UK market, I read?
Right, expanding their reach. So this Amigo deal fits perfectly. It's about using AI to make their specialized model even stronger and bring it to more people. It's embedding AI deeply, not just surface-level stuff.
Okay, fascinating stuff. Let's switch gears now, because this next one, this is where it gets really interesting, especially if you wear a smartwatch or fitness tracker. Google's SensorLM.
Ah, yes, SensorLM. This is a big deal in wearables.
So what is it exactly beyond just tracking steps?
Well, it's basically a set of foundation models. Think sophisticated AI that analyzes all the different signals coming from your wearable heart rate, movement, maybe even skin temperature, depending on the device.
Multimodal signals, they call it.
Exactly. And Google's point is they want to move beyond just telling you what your body's doing, like your heart rate is 150, to helping understand why.
Okay, that context is huge. 150 BPM running uphill is very different from 150 BPM giving a presentation.
Precisely. That why is often the missing piece. SensorLM aims to provide that context, turning the raw numbers into something more like a story about your activity or state.
And they trained this on an absolutely enormous amount of data, didn't they?
Mind-blowing scale. Get this, 59.7 million hours of sensor data.
Million, wow.
Yeah, from over 103,000 people across 127 countries, all collected between March and May 2024 from Fitbit or Pixel Watches.
With user consent, of course.
Absolutely critical, yes, full user consent. But that sheer volume and diversity of data is what makes the model potentially so powerful.
So how does it actually work? How does it figure out the why?
Well, at a high level, it learns to generate descriptive text captions based on the sensor patterns. It looks at stats, trends, specific events in the data.
Okay.
It uses a couple of key AI techniques. One is called contrastive learning. It's sort of like teaching it to tell the difference. This pattern means brisk walk. This other pattern means sitting stressed. It learns to match the sensor data fingerprint to the right description.
Learning by comparison. Makes sense.
All right. And the other is generative pre-training. Once it understands the language of sensor data, it can actually write new descriptions for patterns it sees, even if they weren't explicitly labeled in the training data.
So it can describe new situations or variations.
Exactly. It learns the underlying structure.
So what kind of things can it identify then? What are some examples?
It can get pretty granular, like distinguishing between just activity and saying you went for a long walk or you did a cardio session versus a strength training workout.
That's much more useful than just active minutes.
Way more useful. It could potentially tell you what kind of workout you did, maybe even the intensity, offering much richer insights than just raw numbers.
And this ties into Google's bigger picture with wearables, right?
Yeah.
Fitbit, Pixel Watch, they seem to be pushing AI hard.
Absolutely. You can see the strategy unfolding. Remember the FDA clearance they got for the loss of pulse detection feature on the Pixel Watch 3?
Yeah, that sounded pretty advanced. How does that work again?
It uses the watch's optical sensors, the infrared and red lights plus motion sensors. If it detects a potential pulse loss, an AI algorithm kicks in to verify.
And then
It triggers a countdown on the watch. If you don't respond, it automatically calls emergency services and shares your status and location. That's AI potentially saving lives.
that's incredible.
And don't forget their partnership with Samsung. The new Galaxy Watch 8 series has features like sleep apnea detection, bedtime guidance, vascular stress monitoring, even something called an antioxidant index. The AI integration is getting deeper across the board.
So for you, the listener, what's the bottom line here?
The bottom line is this tech aims to turn all that data your watch collects into something genuinely meaningful and actionable.
Going beyond numbers to real insights about your health.
Exactly. Making your wearable a smarter health companion, giving you context, maybe even critical alerts when needed. It's about understanding you better through your data.
Really powerful potential there. Okay, let's shift focus one more time. We've talked patient care, we've talked wearables. Now let's look at the operational side of healthcare, the admin, the paperwork. AI is tackling that too. First up, ambience healthcare.
Right, Ambience. They offer what they call an ambient AI documentation platform. It plugs right into the hospital's or clinic's electronic health record system, the EHR.
Ambient AI, so it listens in.
Essentially, yes. During the patient visit, it listens ambiently and uses AI built on their own proprietary models to automatically generate the clinical notes and documentation.
That sounds like it could save doctors a ton of time.
That's the goal, freeing clinicians from documentation burden. But it does more. For the administrative side, it helps generate documentation needed for things like CDI, clinical documentation improvement, making sure records are complete and accurate for quality and billing, and ICD-10 coding, which is essential for billing. It also handles prior authorizations, utilization management, basically a lot of the complex back office stuff.
And it even creates summaries for patients.
Yeah, after visit summaries, which is great for helping patients remember instructions and understand their care plan. It covers a lot of ground.
Tackling that notorious admin headache in healthcare. And they just got a huge funding round, didn't they?
Massive. $243 million. Series C.
Wow.
Co-led by Oak HCFT and Andreessen Horowitz A16s, with big names like OpenAI's fund, Kleiner Perkins, Optum Ventures participating.
That's a serious vote of confidence.
It really is. They plan to use that to scale up nationwide. This could really change how health systems operate behind the scenes.
Okay, so that brings up an interesting point. We see AI moving from patient-facing roles into these provider and system-facing operational tasks, which leads us nicely into Sword Health.
Right, Sword Health.
Yeah.
They started out, you might remember, focused on virtual physical therapy, MSK, pelvic health.
Yeah, musculoskeletal care.
Exactly. But they've been expanding. Last June, they moved into mental health with an AI-driven model, backed by a $40 million round. And they'd raised $130 million a year before that.
So they're growing fast. What's the AI operations angle here?
They've launched a new division called Sword Intelligence. And this division is offering AI care manager agents specifically designed for payers and providers.
To handle admin tasks?
Yes, operational and administrative tasks. And here's the kicker. These aren't brand new, untested AIs. Sword developed and used these internally for the past 10 years.
Ah, so they battle-tested it on themselves first.
Exactly. They use these AI agents to streamline their own workflows for their 500,000 members. Things like enrollment, triage, checking eligibility, even reaching out to high-risk members. Now they're offering that proven tech externally.
That's smart. Use it, prove it, then sell it. What can it do for other organizations?
Automate non-clinical workflows like appointment management, patient intake, discharge planning, handling referrals, freeing up staff time.
And Sword has some pretty impressive numbers to back up their overall impact, right?
They do. They're valued at $4 billion now, working with over 1,000 enterprise clients. They say their members have done over 7 million AI sessions since 2020.
That's huge scale.
And they claim nearly $1 billion saved for their clients in unnecessary healthcare costs. Plus, their clinical outcomes are supported by over 40 studies.
$1 billion saved. That's significant.
Yeah, absolutely is. And they also rolled out that Phoenix tech last year, blending AI with human clinicians for more natural conversations during therapy sessions. So they're integrating AI thoughtfully, not just replacing humans.
So both Ambience and Sword really show this trend, don't they? AI isn't just about the cool patient-facing apps anymore. It's getting deep into the engine room of healthcare.
Precisely. Optimizing the whole system, improving efficiency, cutting costs, and hopefully letting the human healthcare professionals focus more on direct patient care.
Making the entire ecosystem work better.
That's the idea. Reduce the friction, reduce the burden.
Okay, so let's just wrap this up. Today we've seen AI agents getting really personalized in virtual clinics thanks to companies like Amigo and Eucalyptus.
Making specialized care more accessible.
Then we looked at next-gen wearables, like Google's SensorLM, that are starting to understand the why behind your body's signals, not just the what.
Turning data into real, actionable insights. Maybe even life-saving ones.
And finally, powerful AI like Ambience Healthcare's and Sword Health systems are streamlining those crucial, often burdensome admin and documentation tasks for providers and payers.
Making the whole healthcare system potentially much more efficient and responsive.
The common thread through all of this.
It's clear, isn't it? Digital health and AI aren't just concepts anymore. They are actively, right now, reshaping how healthcare is delivered, an experience focusing on accessibility, personalization, and efficiency.
Across every single part of the system.
And the speed is just incredible. All of this is designed to impact your health journey, ideally making it more proactive, more informed, and just smoother.
So looking ahead, as AI gets woven even deeper into all these layers of health and medicine, what ethical questions pop up for you? Or what truly surprising new possibilities do you think might emerge? Something for you, our listeners, to think about.
Definitely food for thought. And hey, if you found this deep dive valuable, if you want to keep up with these kinds of innovations,
please do subscribe to the White Coat Hackers Media channel.
Your support helps us keep doing these explorations into what's next in digital health.
Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive.
We look forward to exploring more with you next time.